Hello world! Dave here, you may call me Modon Joe. Welcome back to Let's Play Cthulhu Saves the World! Look at Dem's animation. He has so few frames per second, so few animation frames compared to Cthulhu and the rest of the gang. I just find that funny. And wait, is that Cthulhu again? Well, actually folks, the original final boss is going to be like an evil clone of Cthulhu. His good and evils are supposed to split after the Dagon fight, but instead they kind of went with this. A golem. I don't know how that works. But yeah, we're going to be fighting Cthulhu! I think I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, he is, well, this is pretty much going to be even though they didn't actually go with an actual evil twin thing, it's still essentially a mirror match between Cthulhu and Cthulhu and Cthulhu. But yeah, one thing I should point out about Dem, while he has that really handy teamwork buff, he can't use team attacks, so it's a bit of a downer there. But oh well, you take what you can get. But yeah, Cthulhu is not too big of a deal. He's got some. I mean, he can hit kind of hard, but if you actually bothered to take Void, though, he would actually be using that. So and that would be dangerous to say the least. I'll be honest. He actually does literally have the same attacks that you took with Cthulhu. So if you took Void or if you took all those spells, he will have them, and it will be much more dangerous on him when he casts Void than when you cast Void. This battle, though, since I've stuck mainly along physical attacks, Cthulhu is not that much of a threat. I mean, he doesn't have too much that's really dangerous. I mean, Tentacles is one that is a variety that randomly targets, so it's not that much of a threat. I'm surprised he doesn't use Berserk, but I guess that there'd be too much overlap with Tentacles. He doesn't use any. The AI doesn't seem to know how to use combo attacks either, so which I guess is perfectly fair, because otherwise I think Dem would have destroyed us with his death blows. But yeah, this isn't that hard of a fight. We can actually probably finish him off in like 2 turns with 2 or 3 turns once you've built up the combo enough. I mean, that's really all it takes is one fearless charge. He doesn't have a lot of HP for a final boss fight, does he? And yay, level up. So not like it matters at this point in the game. Well, that's the end, or not. Azathoth. I have no idea. I'm gonna say it's pronounced Azathoth. Makes me think of Eternal Darkness for some reason, which is fitting. Elder Gods, all that stuff. But yeah, that game ain't over yet. They have to throw in a true ultimate boss. It's not like Breath of Death, where the final boss is what it is, and there's no second form. Oh. Some badass boast you got there. Let's see if you can back it up, Azathoth. It's the time for the final battle here. Azathoth is definitely one of the more interesting bosses. He doesn't seem to bring about as much. He's not as difficult as you would think he is, but you definitely gotta keep your guard up. He has a lot of HP. It's not as much as Dem had when we fought him as a boss, which is that seems to be the. But then again, Dem was meant to be post-game content, so whatever. I cheated. I skipped ahead. But yeah, Dem is pretty similar to Cthulhu. He uses tentacles a lot, and that seems to be his big trump, his tentacles. Well, I guess all these Elder Gods seem to love their tentacles or something. That could be misinterpreted in a number of ways. But anyway, this guy, we pretty much just go through the usual routine here. Brave Wind and make sure Sharp uses Combo Master and Brave Wind in that order, and start building up that combo meter. As we will be able to just Brawn Assault him or just Reckless Charge. I mean, they do the same amount of damage. It's just that Reckless Charge, actually has a goddamn drawback. It makes it balanced, in my opinion, as opposed to Brawn Assault, which I Total Protective Vortex. I think you got Hitchhiker's Guide in my Lovecraftian RPG. Thank you. Not that I'm against that. But yeah, but this boss is... these final bosses are actually a bit of a letdown compared to some of the other stuff that we've had to deal with, but... and again, I guess when you come in here past the level cap, it's not that unusual to be disappointed by a final boss at all. But yeah, we beat... That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Unthinkable, huh? So, he saved the multiverse, is what you're saying. Yeah, well. The world is at peace. Well, all of the worlds, or whatever. I'm not. I don't think along the fifth dimensional axis or whatever. Is that what you think of it? I mean, fourth dimension is like length with height. If you wanted to be silly, you could throw in time as a fourth. So it'd be like space, or I have no idea. I'm not a sci-fi writer. Yep, that's it. Another game tape solved, ladies and germs. Save your game and record for the Necronomicon. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, might as well. And check out the unlocked bonus modes. I've already been doing that. They're fun. They're fun. But you know what? They don't roll credits, and I like to kind of do a little diatribe, talk about what I liked about the game over the credits. So let's go do that. Thanking Roger Crew and Jerry Hawkins. Huh? I did not know Penny Arcade had such a strong vested interest in this game until, well, after it came out. But I guess that all said and done, this was definitely a game that was worth my $1, ladies and gentlemen. And hell, I'd say it would be worth $3 had I bought it at a Steam sale. It was definitely great fun, terrific RPG for giving the time. I actually, it came bundled with another game, which probably not quite as worth it in my opinion, but wait, that's the end of the credits? I barely got started here. What the hell am I gonna do to... I don't know, I mean, I could show off the bonus modes, but what am I gonna do? I had like a whole... I had a whole spiel, I had a whole speech I had planned out, things I wanted to say. I don't have enough time to do it. You know what, screw it. Go to camera 2.
Is it rolling? Is it rolling? Oh, it's rolling. Alright, then... Let me see. Cthulhu Saves the World. That was a great... That was a great game, I gotta say. I admit it. Balance-wise, okay, maybe there's some issues. I thought maybe that Brawn Assault was the problem. Now it seems like really the actual problem piece of the equation was Combo Master. At least from... In retrospect, looking back, I put down that Brawn Assault ban right at the beginning, right before I started. It just... You know, I just never... mention it because, hey, it's level 40 ability, why bring it up? But yeah, definitely worth the money I put into that game. I mean, even if it was only like $1 on a Steam sale, it's a game that they put on sale pretty frequently, so, you know, it's not that bad. And hell, I mean, I mentioned it was originally an Xbox live indie game, and they actually went and marked it down on Xbox Live Indies. It's now like only $1. So you really... But what if you don't have an Xbox and you don't like playing games on your PC? Well, then, you know, they're gonna have you covered there too. They actually recently announced that they're actually going to be bringing it to Androids. And if you're more of an Apple lover, then don't worry, they also got you covered there. It's coming to the Mac. It's coming to iOS. Really, at this point, they're going to be bringing it to so many different platforms. You really should just pick this game up. It's definitely probably one of the best RPGs I've played. Well, it's like I said, it's definitely the funniest RPG I've played in a long time, and it's definitely a lovely throwback to the old-fashioned days. I mean, they don't try anything too new, they don't try anything too innovative, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's not Radiant Historia. It's not something that tries something completely bold and tries to take what's current and then builds on top of that into something. It harkens back to the olden days. It harkens back to simpler times. It harkens back to when random encounters were actually something we tolerated. It harkens back to, it harkens back to my childhood, honestly. And while honestly, I'll openly admit that I didn't play that many RPGs as a child. I believe Earthbound was my first real RPG, and it holds a really dear spot in my heart. I have to give this game just credit for being what it is, for being a lovely parody that doesn't stray from, that doesn't like do stupid stuff because it's aware it's a parody. Go back to my Shaun of the Dead analogy. It actually understands that its characters need to grow, sort of, even if it doesn't do that too overtly. At least, Cthulhu. I mean, at least you could kind of see Cthulhu warming up to Umi throughout the whole game. And that was, I like that. That was nice. I mean, it's like Breath of Death. It's like they actually tried. They had like the female lead fall in love with, like, they did like a very cheap thing with it. It was like a very dumb thing with that, and but then again, this isn't about me being on Breath of Death. This is just about me. This is a game that I just can't hardly recommend enough. I guess you could call this a review of sorts. I mean, a lovely throwback, but I don't like to do number scores on reviews. But I guess you could say they definitely pulled out all the stops, and it's a terrific game, and you should definitely go pick it up. I can't say anything more than that. But yeah, that's about it for Cthulhu Saves the World. What's next on my list? Let's just say I've made a colossal investment. Well, not so much in money, but I made a colossal investment, and you might see something a little dark because of that. And considering this is going up in around February, well, now by the time that this goes out, might be a hint already roaming about. I'm terrible at being cryptic. Anyway, that's it for me. That's it for now. See you next. I'll have to see you next project. Until then, I'm Dave. Remember to love the one you're with. Take care.